So as we've seen, we gain reputation with the coin guard, and like I said before, they're just like a military mercenary. It's like a PMC, private military corporation. And we're going to jump into our first ever fight. But we're jumping into our first ever fight with bandits. Yeah, this place is completely crap. Where people are dying in this banditry. So enemies have pretty much the same abilities that you can have, except for when if they use a gun, like a rifle, they have that out compared to having a sword out. And you can loot off of the people. If you have more intuition, you might be able to get more valuable or more stuff. We cannot equip that item because we do not have the right endurance requirement. And unlike Crystar, I will not be reading these. Because some of them get really winded.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
Now it's Serene. Yeah, I was right.
Sir Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Teofredi as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise and contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all, we were always together.
And I valued your friendship. But I thought you were referring to another kind of company. And to be honest, you and Constantine aren't exactly my type. Anything
Compared
else?
to say
I must leave you.
another game, say like a what the hell? Who's calling me? After hearing the best speaking tone ever, I am back. Sorry about that. My doctor called me, and yeah. So, let's talk to professor. Well, used to be professor, and try to find Constantine.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Teofredi? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor. Nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish, you'll find them over there, in port.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm Orlez.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tir-Fredee. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbor Master's office. You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Be back soon, Captain.
So now we had to sneak into the warehouse and not get caught, pretty much. The Knots are pretty much mercenaries, but for the sea. The only faction that can use ships, and they use special magic. So in zone controlled areas, pretty much not controlled areas, will have a restriction on them. If you are caught, you will lose reputation with that faction. But you can put on a disguise, pretty much the faction's clothing, to get in.
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
So this, you can complete the quest in multiple different ways, like in other RPGs. And depending on how you do it, will change the outcome on it. So, for example, if you just want to go in there, guns a-blazing, you will lose reputation, but it's really fast and easy. But going in much more stealthily or taking the long way around will keep your reputation, and you will probably get the better ending. Here is the crafting table. You can craft ingredients or modify your weapons. Come on. There we go. The swords, sword and armor is for crafting weapons, so using craftsman. The third one is for items, consumable items, and the last one is for quest specific items. And thank God they have this. So it will tell you what you need and what level of science or craftsmanship you need for it.
Citizens of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous opportunity. Your time is precious in these dark hours. But what you're
So
about to
most
discover
merchants will have sleeping pills and will have alcohol. If not, you can go to the tavern and get some alcohol. We don't technically have enough for this, but since we took that armor from that one bandit, we can sell it, and then we can use that money to buy the sleeping pills. And I didn't realize that if you press triangle or Y if you're on Xbox, you can just easily swap to sell or purchase. I didn't figure that out yet.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon. Come one, come all. Citizens of Serene, come to me.
So now we're just going to go back to the warehouse section and talk to two guards. This is to put the supplies in. This is not change the manifest or whatever it's called.
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along.
Looks like you've been here for quite a spell, and not much is going on. How about a little drink? It might help kill some time while waiting for the change of guard.
Maybe just a drop. I have been starting to get a little thirsty.
Cheers.
The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Drunkards. Well, everybody was a drunkard back in the day. And why would you take a drink from some random dude?
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
By doing that, you increase the reputation with the coin guard. But we still need to cover our tracks and make sure that we're not just smuggling stuff. We need to make it look legal, so we're not just smuggling. So if we go around to the back here, and to show that these guys are still passed out. I don't know when they wake up, but they do eventually wake up. But if you go around to the back and go into sneak mode by pressing in the left stick or L3, you can enter sneak mode. The game has a line of sight mechanic, so if you're in the line of sight for too long, they will eventually investigate, and if it's still in the line of sight, they will turn aggressive and then attack you. Then you will lose reputation points.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Doing illegal stuff for other people is so fun. So we're going to get out of this building and try not get caught. I got caught multiple times, so let's not talk about that. Let's just pretend this is the first time we went into this building and never again. And that will be calling for the quits of this most stressful video that I had so much trouble with. I accidentally deleted the recording of the audio earlier. So yeah, this is gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this other series with Crystar. And goodbye.